It's been a minute, but yeah, I'm back. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, and I've missed this. Like, I've missed you guys, I've missed the creativity of making content. You might be wondering where I've been. I mean, honestly, I don't even know where I've been. Just been off doing stuff, just random stuff.
What year is it?
That doesn't matter now. I'm back on this channel, and the big reason I'm getting back on to YouTube and making video content is because I'm going traveling again. Well, this upcoming trip is going to be a little bit different from my last one. On my last trip, I spent 7 months exploring, going on adventures throughout Southeast Asia, driving motorcycles all around different countries. This trip's just going to be a little bit different pace. I've been obsessed with the idea of digital nomad working and expat life, and I'm finally dipping my toe in the water. I'm going to be traveling and working at the same time. My day job is working as a systems integrator. You probably don't even know what that is. I'll talk about it in an upcoming video, but what's really great about it is the very nature of that job lends itself to working as a digital nomad. I can do a lot of my work remotely from a laptop anywhere in the world as long as I have a network connection. A lot of you are probably already thinking, oh great, like another programmer talking about his digital nomad job. That's kind of true, but honestly, systems integration, actually the most common way of starting into this industry is as an HVAC technician. So this is a job going from hands-on working on mechanical equipment to, in what can be just a few short years, a job that you can do and work remotely. So there's a lot of opportunity in this industry. There's a lot of need for people to get into this industry. It's absolutely worth learning about if you are a hands-on person, but like computers and want to see what possible opportunities there are to branch from working mechanically to working a online remote job. Anyway, that's not the reason you clicked on this video. You wanted to see what a veteran traveler packs in his bag. So I've got my bag right here. This is the Peak Design travel backpack. It definitely does not look as pretty when it is fully packed out, but it does hold great stuff. It's a great backpack design. I love the layout of this bag. And on my last trip, I took this bag. This is the PacSafe VentureSafe EXP45. I had a whole review on this. It was actually my first video on YouTube. You can go back and watch that. So this bag was really great. It has a ton of security features, the rhubar locking system, the interlocking zippers, the exo mesh. I still really like this bag. The only reason I'm not taking it this time is just because I wanted to see what traveling with this bag was like. The layout of this bag is actually a lot nicer. Where the laptop sits in the bag is really nice. The side paddings, the compartment layout. I really like the layout of the Peak Design bag better than the PacSafe bag. But the peace of mind that I got with the PacSafe bag was fantastic. I mean, there were times where I would stay at a hostel and then want to go visit another place for a few days. I just toss a lock on that PacSafe bag, toss it behind the desk at the hostel I last stayed at, and go off for 3 days. I didn't even worry about my backpack. It was fine. This trip, the Peak Design bag definitely doesn't have the level of security that PacSafe has. I've done some things to keep it as secure as possible, but ultimately I'm not going to have the peace of mind with the Peak Design bag like I did with the PacSafe bag. Hopefully it works out great. It's treated me well over the last few months. I've really enjoyed using it. We'll see how it goes. As far as what's in this bag, it's got a lot of things that I took on my last trip, but it's got a lot of things that are different now. I've changed up my gear quite a lot. I learned a lot from my last trip. And while you'll recognize a lot of things in my bag if you watch my last What's in My Bag video, there's a lot that's changed. All right, so that's enough talk. Let's dig into this bag and see what's in there. All right, here we go. So first off, I want to talk about the outer pockets. This top pocket in my bag, I don't really keep a whole lot in here. It's just my go-to easy access pocket. So nothing's really dedicated in here. Most often I've got something like my handy dandy sunglasses in that pocket. But I like to just leave this one open for a quick stash of anything that I need at the ready. Boarding pass or something like that might stay in here. I don't like to keep valuables up top here just because it is such a quick, easy access section. That also means it's easy access to other people. So in the unfortunate event that you have a handsy person trying to get all over your backpack, this is one of the first pockets that they would go for. Before we move into the main compartments, let's look at the side compartments. So on this side of the bag, in our side pocket. We don't have a whole lot. Right now I just have a can of Altoids. This is just another quick access pocket, so I don't keep a lot of dedicated items in there. On the other side, the first thing I have in here is my daily use water bottle. So in this case, this is a Microlite GSI 17 fluid ounce bottle. So this is insulated. It doesn't hold a ton of liquid, but the reason I really like this is that the diameter of this bottle is pretty thin, which makes it really easy for getting into the water bottle holder of this backpack. A lot of backpacks, they don't give you a ton of space for water bottle holders, so going with a thinner water bottle like the GSI Outdoors Microlite is a great option. And then in that same side pocket, we have a few items. Chum's wallet. So the reason that I go with the Chum wallet is that it has zipper sections. Zipper sections are super necessary when traveling to countries that have a very coin-heavy currency. So a place like Thailand, their baht, you end up carrying around a lot of coins. With the zipper pouches, that just helps you keep track of all those coins a little bit easier. More items inside this bag. We have tools. So these are Allen wrenches for the tripod. Right now the tripod's holding up this camera right here. So I can't really show that to you right now, but these are the Allen wrenches that I use for keeping everything nice and tight on that tripod. I haven't really had to use them much, but I keep them in here just in case. Next up in here, I've got my cards of shame. I don't know if you can see that, but I've actually got cards of shame written on there. And the reason these are my cards of shame is because I keep these buried deep inside my daily carry bag, and I try never to use them. There's so many times where you go out shooting and you forget an SD card, you leave it on your computer, you leave it back at your hotel room, and you're kicking yourself because you're going to miss an entire day's shooting because you don't have SD cards. Well, that's where my cards of shame come in. It's a shame because you forgot your primary SD cards. These are my backup SD cards that I keep in my bag. Alright, moving into the top main compartment of this bag. First section we have is this top little mesh area. And here I keep a few goodies. First off, we have the MX Anywhere Mouse 2 by Logitech. Super lightweight mouse, don't need batteries for it, it's rechargeable. I have completely fallen in love with this thing. We also have a JBL clip. This is a waterproof portable speaker. I really missed having something like this on my last trip. A few other travelers had portable speakers with them, and it was just a really awesome addition to some of our hangouts, so I picked one up myself. This is also really great for just clipping onto the outside of your bag. You just take the clip, hook it up to the outside of the bag, and now you have tunes wherever you go. A few other things inside this section. We've got a Anker backup battery supply for your phones and for your drone or anything really. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour, and I found that that was a pretty good spot. Sometimes you want a little bit more juice, but the next size up batteries start to get pretty bulky, so I'm happy sticking with this 10,000 milliamp hour backup battery. And then I also keep in here a notepad and pen for, sometimes you gotta jot some stuff down. Now the main things that I keep in this top section here is clothing and my flip-flops. I really didn't know originally what to do with this outer section of this bag, and then after seeing the layout of the Peter McKinnon bag and realizing it's kind of similar to the Peak Design bag, that really this front section is a perfect clothing storage section. So first thing up top here, just got a pair of flip-flops. Then I have two packing cubes. My main cube holds the majority of my clothing, and then I keep all of my delicates and similar things here in this smaller packing cube. Now, as far as the type of clothing that I travel with, I'm sticking with the Abley shirts that I traveled with last time. I've also got a thermal shirt and a rain jacket, which is new this time. The rain jacket's actually a little bit deeper inside this bag. You'll see it in a minute. The thermal shirt, there are a couple times, even in a tropical climate, where it gets pretty cold, especially up high in elevation and at night. So this time I'm bringing a thermal shirt, just like an Under Armour Heat Gear shirt. And I've also got a Rash Guard shirt in here. The Rash Guard shirt is, of course, for surfing. I did a fair bit of surfing on my last trip, and I'm hoping to get some more in on this trip as well. Looks like I knocked out the audio plug while recording this next section, so I'm just going to dub over this part until we get to the point where I realize the audio cable was unplugged. Moving into the main back compartment of the bag. On the back side here, we have my MSI GS65 laptop. This is a new laptop for me. I used to run around with the Beast. It was this big 8-pound laptop. I've slimmed way down. This is now a 4-pound laptop that's actually even more powerful than the Beast. It's got an NVIDIA 1070 graphics card that just blows away what I used to work with. My last laptop struggled to scrub through even 1080p video. This new laptop absolutely just chugs through everything. Now for my day pack, I've chosen the Tortuga Outbreaker. This backpack is super thin and packs flat. There's always sort of space at the top or bottom of your bag. I take advantage of some of that unused space in my bag by going with the Tortuga Outbreaker backpack. Previously, I traveled with the Minol day pack, and I really love that backpack. I still use that as my daily carry when I'm not traveling. It has a little bit more organization than the Outbreaker bag. It had some drawbacks in terms of, while it did pack flat, this new Outbreaker backpack packs even flatter. The other issue I had with the Minol bag is the neoprene backing. While that backing is great for fall and winter seasons, in the summertime it gets kind of hot and sweaty. With the Outbreaker bag, it has more of a mesh backing and shoulder straps, which means it breathes a lot better. In the summer months, this backpack is way more comfortable to wear. The other great thing is this is one of the only flat pack backpacks out there that also has a laptop sleeve. I find laptop sleeves for what I do in my travels absolutely critical. This one had it, so I went with the Tortuga Outbreaker. Directly underneath of my backpack is where I keep my travel towel. My last trip, I never even used the travel towel I brought because it was just too small and scratchy and not comfortable. These new travel towels by Nomadics are incredible. This one has a yoga cut dimensions. It's perfect for yoga sessions or working out. It's way softer than other travel towels. And while it's no hotel high thread count towel, it's way better than the other travel options out there. It just feels like a thin beach towel, but is still very durable, easy to clean. I do have to say it is a little bit heavier than other travel towels. I'll happily take the weight penalty for something that I'm going to use day in and day out. Like I mentioned before, I've got a rain jacket. So this is the Call Jetstream rain jacket. I just picked this up recently, so I haven't done a lot of testing with it. Last time I didn't go with any rain jacket. I just picked up a poncho along the way, and that was all right, but there were definitely some times where I felt it would have been nice to have a real rain jacket. So this time around, I picked one up and I'm traveling with it. And this medium packing cube right here is actually my entire drone kit. Last trip I traveled with the DJI Spark. I really did like that drone. I thought the quality from it was really good, but I really wanted a 3-axis gimbal for the camera gimbal. And so this time I'm traveling with the Mavic Air. And in case you're wondering, this packing cube right here carries the entire Fly More combo kit for this drone. So I've got 3 batteries, remote, charger, plus the drone, plus extra props, plus camera filters. So a lot fits in this little bag. The way I was able to pull it off is I actually gutted the Fly More bag and used the inserts from the Fly More bag to help organize this packing cube. My green medium cube, this just contains the charger for my laptop, as well as a little miniature power supply. So this is the latest Anchor power supply, super tiny, 3 USB ports, 2 regular plug outlets, US standard plug. And then also in here, I don't have it at the moment, I'll keep a travel adapter for whatever country that I'm going to. I just get the tiny little simple plug ones. I don't do anything fancy. I definitely like to get my action shots, so this time I'm actually traveling with 2 new action cameras. First off, I have the GoPro Hero 7 camera. I've never been a big proponent with the name brand action cameras up until the Hero 7, and the stabilization really just was incredible, blew me away. So I had to go GoPro for this next trip. I also have a 360 camera. This is the Insta360 One X. And of course, you can't do action cameras without dongles and accessories and mounts, so all of that's stored right here in this miniature packing cube. Now the one thing that's not in this bag is my main camera. My main camera is a Canon M50. As far as accessories for that, I use the standard stock lens as well as a nifty 50. So in this tube, we've got the Canon nifty 50 with a mount adapter. This is the EF version. And we've got just a simple stack of filters. This long packing cube along the side of my bag, this is what holds my tripod as well as the action poles for my action cameras. I've talked about this in a number of previous videos as well as a few times on my website travelfin.com. This is just a 15-liter Sea to Summit Ultra Sil dry bag, and these things just have so many uses. I've used this as a laundry hamper, I've used this to wash clothes, I've used this to help protect my electronics on extra wet and rainy excursions. There's just a ton of uses for this bag, and so this always stays in there, rolled up. It's super compact and small, doesn't hardly take up any space. You just kind of shove it to the side of your bag, and it's hidden away when you don't need it, but definitely an easy go-to when you do. The only water bottle I traveled with last year was the Vaporware bottle. I didn't like it. It was sharp on the edges, it didn't feel good in the hands, so I gave up on that and I switched to 2 bottles for this future trip. I already showed you the Microlight by GSI, and I've also got this HydroPack 4-liter bottle. This actually gets just as compact as the Vapor bottle, but this one is 4 liters, so a lot more space. It also has tie-down points, so I can actually lash this to the outside of my bag for day trips or excursions. It's got a nice wide mouth to it, and this is my go-to bottle now if I'm going on a big trip and I need to carry water for myself and maybe 1 or 2 other people. This thing will get us through a solid day, keep us hydrated, no problem. I'm always trying to reduce my plastic use while traveling. I go through a lot of plastic forks and spoons when I'm out, and so to help reduce that on this next trip, I picked up this little fork spoon kit from REI. And what's really cool about this is they slide apart and interlock together, so you get a nice size fork or spoon for whatever you're eating. This is from my previous trip. This is the Sea to Summit pack cover, the Ultra Sil pack cover for a 30 to 50 liter bag. And this fit my last bag great, and it fits this bag just as well. In addition to my day bag and my main bag here, I also have this packable bag. This is the Matador 30-liter duffel pack, and I'm taking this with me because there were a lot of times where I would go off to a market or a little beach day trip, and I wanted to be able to pack up the things that I was shopping, and this is just a really great thing that you can almost just toss in your pocket or like attach to your belt clip and have with you, so that when you need it, you can just unroll it and pop it out. And then when you don't need it, I mean, this thing is just about the same size as my fist here and is super compact. It's also somewhat waterproof. It's definitely rain resistant, so you can take this out in weather and not have to worry too much about the stuff inside. Another really great hack for this thing is if you're going on, say, like a 3 or 4 day trip, take all the stuff from your main bag that you don't want to take with you on the 3 to 4 day trip, toss it in here, leave this back at the hotel or hostel you were staying at, and then you can really pack down your main bag so that you only have the items you want to deal with and you don't have to deal with an overpacked bag. In my DOP kit, I just keep a few items. I don't pack a lot of things in my DOP kit because as far as liquids go, I just like to pick that stuff up when I get to my destination country, so I don't have to deal with the hassle of carrying it through airports. In here, I do have a few items right now. I've got some American Crew fiber. I've got a stick of deodorant. I also keep a Quip toothbrush. This is a modified Quip toothbrush. It's got the black toothbrush head with the gold base. I also have in here a Wall travel razor, electric razor. And this electric razor is perfect for traveling. It gets the job done. It normally takes a AA battery. What I've done is I've gone ahead and picked up some of those rechargeable USB style batteries. So the head just pops on. And so now this turns into a rechargeable travel electric razor. And last thing that I have in here is my Peak Design tech bag. This keeps all my tech goodies nice and organized.